Do you ever just make the mistake of spending over an hour and a half recording different takes of a video, only to realize that your microphone settings are so god-awful that it's unlistenable? Yeah, that's what I just did. Welcome back to more SkyWars. So I've been going at this for a few times already, so I have a clear list of everything I wanted to talk about today. Oh my god. So, my friend Solike made a- I am so bad. Oh my god. Bro, I'm not having it today. I'm just not having it. My friend Solike made a video where he talked about the Hypixel loot system on SkyWars and kind of just like if it needs to be fixed or not. In that video, he asked a really good question about whether or not SkyWars is becoming too competitive. I thought that'd make a really good topic for a video, so I'm gonna be talking about that today. I, along with Solike's video, have brainstormed 3 ideas as to why I think SkyWars is becoming a little bit too competitive for its own good. But with any story, you need some background. I think we've all played SkyWars. Hopefully we've played SkyWars, or at least watched someone play it, or watched someone rant about it. Maybe that was me. Maybe you've seen my endless rants about SkyWars and the current state that it's in. Or maybe you've played it yourself and realized that this game is insufferable. Yeah, I still play it anyways. I'm just doing this to myself at this point. Ah! Did I actually get that kill? No! No! That would have been so cool. See, I don't think I need to go in too much depth, but SkyWars has definitely become much more of a competitive game than it was even a few years ago. You know, I used to play a lot of ranked SkyWars back in the day, and one reason why I quit ranked SkyWars was because I was getting tired of playing competitive Minecraft, because competitive Minecraft is not really something that should exist. And now regular SkyWars is becoming a little bit too competitive. Do you see what I'm trying to go for here? And like, I know ranked SkyWars. I mean, I used to be a ranked YouTuber. I have like 10 diamonds and I have like almost 11,000 ranked wins. Like, I know ranked SkyWars and I know what a competitive Minecraft SkyWars is supposed to look like. And regular SkyWars is starting to look like that. But yeah, along with, I'm going to be talking about a few points from Solike's video. I'll leave that at the top of the description if you want to go watch that. Really good commentary, very insightful. Highly recommend it. Honestly, a great SkyWars YouTuber in general. Really laid back, awesome commentary channel if you want some clean commentaries. And yeah, let's just wrap up this game and get into my first point. No! First thing I'm going to be going over in this video is the implementation of a matchmaking in SkyWars. A few months back, Hypixel added matchmaking in SkyWars just to queue players with players of similar stars. Supposed to be for newer players, so newer players didn't have to queue leaderboarders every 5 seconds, but really it's now just, you know, if you're around a 30 star, you're gonna queue people around your star. Obviously not gonna be like, oh, you're 30 star, you're only gonna queue other 30 stars, because not every single 30 star is gonna play at the exact same time. But you do have it where most players are going to be near your star. For example, I'm almost a 40 star, and a lot of the players in my games are between 20 and 30 star. Obviously, I also still have a lot of like iron prestiges and gold prestiges in the mix too, but a lot of the players that I am fighting against are relatively higher stars. Now, matchmaking in itself is not a bad thing, but it's also not something you would typically find in a more casual environment. Like, you know, usually if I think of matchmaking, I think of competitive, I'm gonna queue with people around my rank kind of thing. And that's kind of what it's doing here. It's grouping players with their similar skill levels. As you work higher up the range, you're gonna get harder games because players are more skilled and better. Again, it's not really a bad thing, and it's not really that big of a thing here, but it definitely does add something. So the next point that I'm going to be stealing from Solike is the leveling system and how that might impact the way people play the game. Now, I don't really think I need to explain the leveling system, but I'm going to anyways just to extend the length of this video. Basically, in order to level up, you need kills and you need wins, and wins are weighted by 10 points for a solo and teams win, and kills are only worth 1 experience. 10,000 experience to level up, and it takes a very long time, and it's really annoying. So basically what Solike was trying to say is that because wins are weighted more in the leveling system, SkyWars players only care about winning the game and nothing else. Which to some extent is kind of true, but I don't know if it's necessarily because of that. Now don't get me wrong, it's just fun to win. What can I say? As a SkyWars player who's a winning enthusiast, I mean, I've got more wins than anything else in my stats here. As someone who has way more wins than I should for my level, you know, I'm quite a winning enthusiast, you know? I like to win SkyWars. It's more fun to me than anything else. So I think that could be part of it, too, and just like, you know, people want to win. But I do definitely think that the fact that there is a leveling system and there is almost more of an incentive to win than not definitely could say something. You know, you look at the leveling system in a game like Bed Wars or something, and leveling is based on how long the game lasts for, not how like many wins you get. I do get what he's trying to say though, and yeah, it kind of definitely means something when winning is more important than like anything else in the game. I'm losing my mind as I'm dying to SkyWars players playing like their life depends on it here. And that's kind of what I'm trying to say here, is that SkyWars players really are playing like their life depends on it now just to win the game. And that definitely kind of makes it feel a little bit more competitive because you have to try harder to win. And that's kind of how competitive games work. You know, you're not gonna like just casually play and expect to win at a high rating game. No, you gotta try, and now everyone's trying like it is a high rating game. You know, I reference ranked SkyWars a lot, being like, oh, I'm mining for stuff. This is like a high rating ranked SkyWars game. Yeah, because SkyWars is literally high rated ranked SkyWars. So the last thing I kind of want to go over, which I think is also a really big reason, if not the biggest reason as to why SkyWars feels so competitive now, is because of the content creator representation. SkyWars has had its fair share of YouTubers and Twitch streamers over the years. So obviously everyone's gonna change, the style of content is gonna change, but the one thing that's also changed with that is the players. Now, YouTubers and like streamers really influence the way a game is represented and the way that it's played. So if you think about when there were bigger SkyWars YouTubers, a lot of the time they cared more about commentaries, laid back commentaries, and fun. So you think of like Technoblade or Acidic Blitz or Tabor or CMJ or any of these old school SkyWars YouTubers, Defib, Tapple, any of them, and they're not focused on winning. They're focused on having fun and making the game enjoyable. Now look at SkyWars representation. You got Twitch streamers who grind the living crap out of the game, and minimal YouTube representation, all of which are really good sweaty players. Watching people be good at a game is really entertaining, but there's no balance. It's just people being really good at the game. There's not much fun left. So SkyWars players aren't focused on having as much fun anymore. They're focused on grinding because that's what everyone does. That's what Twitch streamers do. That's what the YouTubers do. They grind, they clutch, they get cool combos, they get cool plays. Like, so I've been recording for a while and I think it's time for me to wrap it up a little bit. So kind of wanted to talk about how we can like fix this. How can we make SkyWars less competitive? First things first, and I keep preaching about this because it really sucks that there is such little YouTube representation for SkyWars. But honestly, I think if we had more diverse, more funny SkyWars content creators, less people who are focused on being good and more people who just cared about having fun, like, I mean, that's what I do. I record to have fun. I don't like, I mean, I just so happen to be okay at the game. Like, being good at the game has never been my real focus, even though my videos might be portrayed as such. With the matchmaking thing, honestly, I think the matchmaking system is fine. Maybe just make it a little bit softer so, like, you know, you're still queuing with, like, maybe make it for only new players, too. And then lastly, with the leveling system, I already kind of talked about how I think things should be weighted a little differently. I think the win weight is fine being 10, but I think kills need to be a little bit more. So yeah, I'm gonna call that a night. If you guys did enjoy, leave a like and subscribe. Go watch Justin's video, and yeah, peace out.